Hi, my friends. It's actually really late at night because today was different than normal days because I had a work meeting lunch, so that made everything a little bit different, as in like times and stuff like that. So I may or may not have vlogged, when I was at work. And then I was like, oh, it's fine because I'll vlog when I get home. And then I just got really busy. Mainly, I was really cold, so I stayed inside my house. I watched some TV with my mom. Got sucked into part of a movie that, actually, it was the movie Fury, about the tanks, which I had heard about. I had just never seen it, and it was pretty, actually, awesome for the amount of movie that I did watch of it. So, I came outside. I'm out here freezing my balls off. It's currently -2 degrees. I've been out here for about 2 hours or so. So, I'm actually pretty cold. My hands hurt. So, fortunately, once you get frostbite once in your life, it doesn't matter. Like, my hands, they feel that, but you see the discoloration? That's from where I had frostbite the first time. That's like the reaction that my skin has when I'm out in the cold and my hands get really cold. So, frostbite, not something to play around with. You can lose body parts to it, but I'm really, really used to the cold. Not that I like it or that I'm okay with the fact that I'm used to it, but I've gotten to the point where it's not the end of the world to have to sit in the cold. I currently have 3 heaters running. I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to hear the one that's sitting to my left. It's actually, its whole purpose in life is to heat my computer when I'm out here. So that way my computer can run at more of a normal operating temperature instead of, negative temperatures. So it wouldn't run in negative temperatures. But the last, 3 nights about 3 nights or so, I haven't even turned my computer on because of how fucking ridiculously cold it's been, and I didn't want to risk breaking it. So I have had that heater turned around facing me, and it's not really doing a whole lot of good because the way it's set, it's kind of, the heat probably doesn't really make it to me a whole lot. My jacket's a little warm, so I guess it picks up a little bit of heat, but for the most part, it's just kind of adding an ambience of heat to a very non-heated garage. And then I have a little bit nicer of a heater that is underneath of the chair that I'm sitting on. It's, obviously safe. It's not like I'm gonna catch on fire, but it's underneath of my chair, and it constantly pumps air, or all the hot air it produces, forward. And because of that, through the evolutions of sitting out in the garage in really cold temperatures for a couple years of my life, I have finally, this is my first year with it, but I finally decided to actually have a blanket. So I just come out here and I cover up with a blanket, which it works out because it's an old heated blanket of mine that, the heated blanket part broke. But, it's just now a really soft blanket, but it was like a blanket that was just laying in my room because I have actually 8 heated blankets that no longer work. So I brought this one outside because I was like, I don't care if it gets dirty or whatever the fuck, I'll just leave it outside and use it when I go out there. So like I said, I just leave it on the chair, and when I come out here and sit down, I cover up with it. I turn on the heater that's underneath of me, and the heater under me starts pumping the heat forward. And since I have a blanket covering me from like top to the front, it like catches all that heat and brings it right up to me. So like my hands are cold because they're exposed, but if I stuck them down inside the blanket, which naturally I'm holding the phone, so I have to keep my hand out, but if I stuck it down inside the, I stuck my hands in the blanket, it would actually be quite warm. But my feet are really warm because the last heater that I have is a heater that is on the floor, and it's literally, its whole purpose of life is to heat my feet, because not only have I gotten frostbite on my hands before, I've also gotten frostbite on my toes. And that was the part that was almost the worst for me, because the frostbite on the hands wasn't good. Like the skin died and actually like peeled off, and I had to keep it covered because like I had exposed tissue and stuff. It was nasty. Not a fun situation to be in, but that was the extent of it. But my toes in general, but one toe in particular, I almost lost my pinky toe on my right foot because I broke it the same year, or that same winter. I broke it like right in the beginning of winter by accidentally like walking past something and kicking something, and I'm like breaking my pinky toe. And so because my pinky toe was broken, naturally I didn't move my toe, because obviously it hurt if I moved my toe. And to make matters even worse, when I'd come outside and my feet would get cold, I wouldn't like move my feet around or my toes around to like heat, try to keep my feet warm, because I had a broken toe. So when you're sitting out in the cold and your feet are getting cold and you can't really move your foot, it just froze really fast and really easily. And I got frostbite so bad that they literally almost, like, they said when I finally went to the hospital, they said it was to the point where it was like a 50-50. Like, they didn't even really know. They couldn't even really tell me for sure if I was going to be able to keep my pinky toe or not. But they were like, dude, like, it's like dead. They had no color to it. It was like, it didn't move at all. Like, it was scary. It was limp. I couldn't physically control it with my own brain. It was not a fun experience. So, regardless, the smart choice of all of this is, people, if you're outside, make sure that you have heat of some sorts so you don't end up in that situation. Or you could just probably be smart and not be like me and spend like 3 to 4 or 5 hours at a time outside when it's like negative degrees. But it's Ohio, and I'm used to it, and I've lived here for enough time that it's like, fuck it, But regardless of all that, I just kind of figured, I would record a quick video, because I didn't record a video, and it's 11 now, so it's like, it's probably not, this video probably isn't going to make it up before midnight, and I'll be sad because technically it means I missed the Friday of the first week of full-time vlogs, but it's alright. I did pretty good. Don't you think I did pretty good? And I'm still here making it up for you right now. I'm hoping it's mainly just due to the fact of